In the second clip, we want to start delving into more unfamiliar territory, philosophical issues. Now, I'm not a trained philosopher and have had no formal training in philosophy, but for the level and the depth of what we want to achieve, this should not be a problem. In fact, our Western world should know this basic um, philosophical discussion that we enter into. Hopefully also I will provide some reading material, listening material that far exceeds my capabilities, and although we may not agree with these people in all their views, their knowledge base is impressive. So we're going to today, and then looking into the next following two clips, examine what we refer to as the deeper philosophical issues. Then we'll look at dominant philosophies or worldviews over periods of time until we get to our postmodern, some would say postmodern generation, the exciting times that we live in now. So in the deep philosophical issues, we just want to look at two areas: the problem of the one and the many, and then the idea of knowledge. Those all have technical terms which we will refer to later and get into some depth as well on those. So this problem of the one and the many, that's been a problem since the beginning of time. And there are two ways to look at the problem of the one and the many. Either from a point of view of creation, a creator, God, who's created a spiritual realm and a natural realm in which we live. And then, of course, the materialists, evolutionists, and that's really how the problem's always been addressed, popularly and throughout the world. And it's a problem. So we will start with that problematic introduction. The Greeks, they were famous for dealing with the problem of the one and the many. And we'll look at it in two ways. Firstly, the whole question of change and stability or permanence. And then in the next clip we will look at the problem of all the many particles moving together in perfect unison. How does one explain that? So the two antagonists in the very early debate were Parmenides and Heraclitus. In Heraclitus we find someone who says everything is flux, everything is change. And Parmenides says everything is fixed, everything is permanence, nothing changes. And I'll just read two short explanations of that from material that I have. For Heraclitus, who lived from 530 to 470, change is the key and the reality. All things are in process of becoming and are continually in motion, passing away. It is not possible to step twice into the same river. A quote from Heraclitus. Rest is in change, for all things flow and all things are one. Reality is thus a perpetual becoming, energy in motion. Of course, such a description of reality is without reference to God. Then we have Parmenides, who lives a little bit later than Heraclitus and lives a bit longer. Parmenides of Elea, from 515 BC to 440 BC. For Parmenides, identification of the cosmic substance was the key. This cosmic substance is being, which is the same as thought. For it is the same thing to think and to be. Moreover, one should both say and think that being is, for to be is possible, and nothingness is not possible. Being has no coming into being and no destruction. How could being perish? He goes furthermore, being is motionless and it is spatial, so that being is not only thought, it is also at the same time matter. So this thing of permanence and change, and next time we will look into the great philosophers, Plato and Aristotle. There's a great debate, often without reference to God, and we will draw that through next time in looking at Plato and Aristotle, how that affects the philosophies today and how Christians are being duped into confusion. Till next time, we will think on these things.